You're all set.
My name is Christopher, and I'm CEO of Louis Vuitton. Its ticker symbol is MC.PA. LVHM is one of the world's leading company in luxury products. You can buy all your products such as clothing, accessories, pretty much all your like swag and stuff. So that's where you buy bags and all that. LVHM is its own visual brand at first, but merged with LV, which became a luxury goods conglomerate. Some brands owned by owned by Louis Vuitton and LVHM are Christian Dior, Celine, Fenty, Marc Jacobs, and Givenchy. LVHM now has gathered 75 prestigious brands with 4.7 billion euros or 52.5 billion USD of revenue in 2020. With a retail network of over 5,000 stores worldwide. In January 2000, LVHM opened with $76.60 and a high of $94.46. More recently, in 7/5/2021, LVHM peaked with an open of $670 and a high of $693. It now sits at a share price of $10.50. For the future of the company, we plan on ensuring a steady growth as well as consistency in regards of our service and quality of our products. We plan on growing our groups of brands. We recently have just finished the acquisition of Jewelry Brand Tiffany & Co. The future of the brand's retail will most likely be in stores as opposed to online. That's it.
Okay, questions? Where's Louis Vuitton from?
From
You know?
Paris, France.
Paris, France. Okay. So you guys notice the symbol was different than the way we have it, right? So it was .pa, you said, right? So it's probably for Paris. Makes sense. And I know Millie said she was looking at Louis Vuitton herself. She couldn't find it. So it wasn't an American stock exchange company, but foreign companies do exist on our exchanges as well. That's why you saw him do the conversion between US dollars and euros. Go back to one of the screens. What other stuff do they own? I'm not a Louis Vuitton fan or anything.
They own like 75 different brands.
Oh, wow. So those are the popular ones?
Those are the most popular.
Christian Dior? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like everybody would.
Celine? Is Celine like Celine Dion type stuff or no?
I think so. I'm not too sure.
Fenty? You guys heard of these brands? Yeah.
Fenty's by Rihanna.
Fenty's what?
Fenty's
Madonna?
by Rihanna.
Oh, Rihanna. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Marc Jacobs, Givenchy. And this stuff is like super expensive, huh?
Yeah.
Like super? Like a purse is like $500 or $700 or
More.
more than that?
That's like more like 2 grand, I think.
$2,000 for a freaking purse?
A couple of thousand for each product and stuff.
Why do people do that? Like, why do people buy that? Just like a status symbol or what?
I guess because the quality of it.
Oh, quality of it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, there is a phrase that says you get what you pay for. And I always think of that from a car standpoint. So when you guys are ready to purchase your first car after you graduate from college, cars are designed to run pretty well without too many issues. But when you get, a high-end brand, you really don't have any problems. So sometimes your car is going to last you longer, even though your payment might be a little bit more. But in the long run, you're better off that way. So something to think about. So quality matters, right? So it's not just the name that you're paying for. But imagine, not saying Louis Vuitton, but in general, imagine a company charges you whatever you said, $2,000 for a purse, and the thing, like the strap falls apart like in a few weeks. Like that company's not going to last very long, right? If you're paying that kind of money, not just for a name, it better be sturdy. Okay, great. Come on up again. Okay, who's up next? Oh, I'm not doing this.
What's your name?
Okay, hold on. This happens in CEO or boardrooms as well, right? CEO usually has no clue how to do any of this stuff. There's always a tech person who sets everything up for them, and then they just sit down, and the CEO takes over. Thanks, Millie. Do you need this? If you guys need the pointer, just, if you need, press the top button.
Okay. Okay, hi, my name is Fabiola, and I'm the CEO of MasterCard Incorporation. And our global headquarters is located, I think it's with MA, and our global headquarters is located in New York. We're a company that provides transactions processing payment services worldwide. We provide things like, we provide services for things like account holders, merchants, financial institutions, businesses, and many more organizations since 1966. And to help you with these services, we have around or over 21,000 employees. Okay. Our growth has only increased throughout the years since the popularity of credit cards have increased. And one of our biggest drops was in March 2020. March 2020 because of the pandemic. And the stock in 2006 started at 480 and is now at, last time I checked, 352.
Nice.
And the market cap is 338.868
B, what's B stand for? Billions.
billion. Yeah. Future plans. We have a partnership with Bill and Verizon. And Bill is just like a credit card that gives you points while you pay rent. So, yeah. And then Verizon, it's the 5G connectivity and more like payments with MasterCard. And that's it.
Questions? Maybe you know how MasterCard makes money? You guys obviously know what MasterCard does, right? Any credit card company, you could buy something. So if I want to buy a hamburger and I don't have $2 to my name, in my pocket, that is, I could just give them a credit card. So a credit card allows you to pay for that transaction 30 days from now, right? You get a bill for all your transactions. What's the advantage and disadvantage of doing that? And how does the company make money? It's actually a very interesting system, great system. I don't know anybody who owns a credit card company, but that'd be genius. What, Evan? Oh, say something. Interest, very good. So if at the end of the month, I end up charging $2, $5, $10, and it adds up quick for those of you who don't know, and all of a sudden it's like $500, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have $500 to my name. They will charge you some piddly amount, literally like $5 or $10. And so everybody can make their minimum payment, and then all of a sudden the rest is going to be charged with interest. So the next time you get a bill, your bill is not going to be $500, it's going to be like $520. And so you think, oh, it's only $20, but if you keep doing that, it's going to take you 30 years to pay off a credit card bill. Well, imagine how much extra you ended up paying for a hamburger. So that's why debit cards are better. What's the difference between a credit card and a debit card? Debit card's your money, they take it out instantly. So if I go pay for a hamburger with a debit card, you look at my bank account, $2 is taken out of the account like literally instantly. And it'll cancel the transaction if I don't have $2 in my account. So then you realize, oops, I guess I can't afford a hamburger. Whereas if you put on a credit card, you can afford everything as long as you have the limit on your credit card. But at some point, you're going to end up having to pay that bill. When you guys get to university, the first week, and I got some messages already because UCs are starting today, and I'll read them to you after we're done with these things if we have time. The first thing they're going to offer you is a credit card. Anybody know how much money they're going to give you for free just because you're a college student? Either $1,000 or $500. It's usually 500, and then they'll increase it to 1,000 as soon as you make your first couple of payments. So you literally have $500 to your name. Some people will tell you like, don't get credit cards. Credit cards are a great asset. Just don't take advantage of them. It's just know that you have $500 in your pocket for any emergency that ever arises, and you have 30 days to figure out how you're going to get the money for that. Right? Isn't that brilliant? So you know you're never going to be broke if you ever have to, and if your mom or dad is going to chip in later on, you have a whole month to figure out how you're going to get, and you're not going to spend all $500 at one time, I hope, but if you need to buy something for 20 or 30 bucks, just charge it. And charging on a credit card builds your credit, and you have to have credit, and we'll talk about all this stuff second semester, in order to buy a house or a car. So everybody who tells you, including our teachers here that tell you credit cards are bad, they're telling you they're bad because they think you're going to go crazy because it's free money that they'll say, oh, you only have to pay $5 a month, and that's what you're going to do, and then you're going to end up with all kinds of interest. but you're not the average kid. Like you understand just by being in this class, let alone having common sense. Even like, I remember how many of you guys hissed when the guy said, I only have $50,000. Let's go ahead and invest it. Like you never do that, right? And so people do that all the time. We saw it in real life after the fact from that movie. So, and who's MasterCard's rival? Visa. Good job, Jamie. So MasterCard and Visa. And so how about if every single person pays their credit card bill on time? Then how the heck do I make money? And now there's no interest, right? They don't charge you interest if you make your payment at the end of the month. So then how do they make money? This is the part that nobody knows. And that's why small businesses, if you guys know somebody who owns a small business, sometimes they don't take credit cards or they charge you more. Gas stations always charge you more for a credit card. Arco, being the cheapest gas, doesn't even take a credit card. There's a connection for all that.
Don't they like charge
The merchant.
yeah,
It's called a merchant fee. Yeah, 2.5%. That's a lot. So if I buy $100 or you buy $100, I got to pay them $2.50 of that $100 because you used a credit card at my store. So some places are like, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to accept this credit card, or they'll charge you more like they do at gas stations because why do I have to pay that fee? I'm giving you $100 worth of items that I think is a fair price, and obviously you do too, otherwise you wouldn't have bought it. So why do I have to give somebody else randomly $2.50 because you're paying a different way than I prefer? Right? So they'll give me the money right away, but they'll take $2.50 from it. Same thing with that Square Cash app that I was telling you guys about. The way they make money, and I'll let you sit down real quick, sorry, is if you want your money right away, they charge you a 1% fee. On $5, 1% is like what? A nickel? So it's not a big deal. But if you're transferring $2,000, they're going to pocket $20, or you have to wait the next day to get your money. Okay, so it's pretty smooth businesses. Okay, any other questions? All right, good job. Okay, who's up next? Uh-oh, who's up next? Lindsay, you're up next? You don't know, huh? Because we swapped dates with you. Let me see. Yeah, you are up next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then Elizabeth, Jocelyn, Kimberly, and Edward. Again, please ask questions if they cross your mind. You want this? Hey, where to come forward? If you need, no, top one is the red.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lindsay Barkava, and I am the CEO of the Starbucks Corporation. Our ticker symbol is SBUX, and we are located in 2401 South Utah Avenue, South Seattle. Now, before I start my presentation, I want to let you know that we are all trying to build our company and let it be our home in any way, shape, or form. We want our companies to be successful in life. In my case, I can say that my company is very well known, and I'm positive and I'm very confident to say that, because if you want a business deal with someone to invest in your company, you have to get it very common. For example, you come to school, you go to work, you see Starbucks everywhere, literally teachers, custodians, everyone brings it. Okay. Yeah, that will be it. In this slide, I know it's famous artists, whatever, drinking Starbucks. I show you this why, because artists have what we all want in our investment is they have money, and they have a lot of money. So when they show it around, it makes people even want to try it, for those who don't even know what it is. For example, my bottom right corner, he is an ex-NBA star, Rick Baker, who conquered demons and showed success in Starbucks management because of how much we were growing during that time. Now, for those who don't know what our company is about, our Starbucks locations serve hot and cold beverages, cold bean coffee, microground instant coffee, espressos, coffee lattes, full and loose sweet teas, juices, wraps, pastries, etc. Just up to date, our company has more than 32,000 stores in 80 countries. Starbucks is the premier roster and retailer of specialty coffee in the world. Now, with every cup, we strive to bring both heritage and exceptional experience to life. So one of our saying is one person, one cup. That's a sense of purpose that extends beyond our stores to our partners and the families, the communities we serve to bring a smile to our customers. Our foundation supports thriving communities through grants to nonprofit organizations from our hometown in Seattle and neighborhoods across the country to coffee tea growing communities around the world. Now we're all here to know where your money is going, how you're going to invest it. The important thing is the numbers. So right here was, this was about a year ago, in October 27th, we can see that our high was 90.35 and open at 89.48. I'm not shy to say that my company is not perfect, but it does well success. This was a month ago. We did very bad we dropped because we put a hold ever since the pandemic. We stopped serving the most popular refreshers that I know some of you guys like. We stopped serving them. We canceled it because of the revenue analyst forecast earning per shares of 77 cents on 7.3 billion revenue. As you can see, this was from a day ago. Our highest now is 114.47 and open 114.38 and has been growing ever since. So throughout the year, we've increased $24, showing how much our company has been progressing over the time. Now, for our future plans, our plan is to accelerate its new format expansion like pickup and curbside, projecting that it will expand drive-through to nearly 45% of its US and portfolio by the year of 2023, up almost 10% from fiscal of the year 2020. Pre-COVID, roughly 80% of sales were to-go orders. For our future, we plan to open a whopping 22,000 locations to bring its massive store count to 55,000 by the year of 2030. We grow off a large base, and we even have ample rooms to expand our Starbucks locations in places where it's not promoted. Something fun about our company is that we do fun customized cups. It's a fun and smart thing we do for our company. Every year we come up with design Starbucks cups and orders and annual surprises that change over time. So not only do you get money from the drinks that people buy, but from the cups that we make, our logo, they combine with the actual Starbucks corporation. So wherever you put your money in, whatever people buy from this will go to the same company from Starbucks. So we combine companies. And with that being said, I hope you think about what you really want to put your money in and find a good investment.
That was very convincing. I like it. Questions? Totally different approach. Beautiful. Questions. I got lots of questions on this one. But you guys ask first. Anything?
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Go ahead.
Now, if you're afraid you don't know where your money is going and if there's any failure of success, right here is a chart of, you can see our rivals and that they don't phase us. They are below 20%. We are way above that. So our staff and workers are competitive with what they have. So
You guys agree? Starbucks is way better than McDonald's coffee and stuff, or for the price and quality? The other way around? Wow, interesting. What about customer service? Starbucks got to be better, right? You got to have something better, right? Interesting. Okay, good. Questions? Anything that crosses your mind that you want to ask? Is there anybody who's never had Starbucks in their life? Never had a cup of coffee from Starbucks? Oh my gosh, that'd be like me. I've never drank a full cup of coffee in my life. I've been dragged to Starbucks plenty of times, and if it's not super hot, I'll just get hot chocolate because that board overwhelms me. But
well, you can design your own drinks.
yeah, but I'm just like, the hell, grande, large, blah, blah, blah. So, but that's just me. I don't really drink coffee anyway. I'm hyperactive as it is without any energy, without any caffeine necessary. Do you know when your company started?
Started, it was not that long ago. I think
2009, huh? It's only been around for that long? Cool. Do you remember what your first location was?
One in South Seattle, Udon.
Where? Oh, in Utah?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was in Washington, but you're probably right. Just going real quick because it's good trivia. McDonald's, there's a location everywhere, right? Almost every single city in this country probably has a McDonald's. You know where the first one was located? Like in our backyard. Downey. It's the very first McDonald's ever started. Isn't that insane? So they even have a little museum. I think it's off of Florence or whatever. But there's even a little museum that shows like the old, the old writing and the initial cups that they had. So imagine starting like a little random hamburger chain, and then it just blows up into that. It could, and it could be yours. You don't know. Right? You start a random coffee company, and next thing you know, everybody's buying it. So then you open up more locations and more locations. Remember how we initially started this class by talking about Rio's Pizza? Everybody around here thinks Rio's Pizza is like the best pizza in town. Even their boxes say that. And what happens if they were to expand? And all of a sudden you're like, hey, Montebello, that's the first Rio's. And now look, right? So you never know. What are the questions I have for you? When, where, and the price. Oh, do you remember what the price was initially? No? Okay. I was curious because I'm sure it was super cheap. And then imagine those that got in early thinking, hey, this is good coffee or this is good. Again, flattery.
That's what we got the reviews because of the good rating.
Absolutely.
With the reviews, the money was obviously in January.
Yep, exactly. So half of the stuff is word of mouth, right? If you like something, you're going to tell somebody else about it. And then flattery is like the ultimate respect when you have a company. So I don't know if you know, but companies try to copy their logo. They can't copy it exactly, but if you look it up online, you'll see plenty of companies, and sometimes they get in trouble because it's too close. There used to be a company that was in the news recently because they opened up a coffee shop and they would call themselves Star Dollars. And they try to use that logo as close as they could without causing it to be, copyright infringement and stuff. And then it's Starbucks' responsibility to say you can't have that. So they can go to court and say Star Dollars and Starbucks, you're trying to pretend you're us, but you're like a knockoff, right? We have nothing to do with you. And then the judge will decide if you can't have that name, and then you have to change your name. So there's so many, like, what's Century 21? What's Century 21 known for business as far as Century 21 goes? What are they? One of the most popular? Real estate, yeah. So there's a Century 20 out there. It's also brown and yellow, and it still exists, actually. It's right here in Santa Fe Springs. I used to pass it all the time on my drive into school, and I would just laugh. Like, dude, I don't know if Century 21 doesn't care or if they just don't know that they exist because there's just some random little rinky-dink called Century 20, and if I need to sell a house and I'm not that observant, maybe I'll just go there thinking I'm getting like the best in real estate transactions, and it's like, no, you're not. You're getting a knockoff at that. Okay, good. Any other questions? All right, give another round of applause. Thank you. Huh? All right, next. Next. Emily. Oh, Elizabeth, sorry. Oh, and then while we're setting up, I forgot to mention Fabiola. Did you catch the address of her company? Do you remember the address off the top of your head? Anybody? Wait, let's see who's observant. Who caught the address? It was a good one. You would think MasterCard Way, but they chose not to do that. They chose Purchase Street. Freaking brilliant. Because what do you use for a credit card? Purchase things. So they're located at whatever Purchase Street. Again, that's cool, right? When you get to create your own name because your headquarters are so big that you need to hog up a lot of land. Whenever you're ready. No worries.
I'm Elizabeth Castellanos, and I am the CEO of Twitter. We are located in San Francisco, California, and we are open 24 hours. Twitter, when you look at our website, it's going to tell you that we are an open service that's home to a world of diverse people, perspectives, ideas, and information, which is true. But we are mainly known as a social media platform. Twitter does many things. It can promote health, and we try to promote health, make sure that we have the trust of our users, we unite profit and purpose. We make sure that our app is fast, free, and fun. One of the greatest, not the greatest, but like a big something that's great about Twitter is that you can react with other people all around the world in real time. And we can help you advertise your services. Twitter's growth has been great. We have over 300 million active users now. And the greatest spike would have to be right there, which was on February 22nd, 2021, when a very known user had their account banned. It just went up.
Mhm.
And that's the 1 year for over the year. And then this is the course of 5 years. There are times where our stock has gone down, but it always goes back up because Twitter is always involved in everything somehow. For the future, we have things like a super follow, which is kind of I don't want to say that.
Say it.
No,
Oh.
because it's like known for something, but it's not.
I don't know anything about Twitter, so you can tell me.
It's just you can subscribe. It's a monthly subscription, basically, where it's like exclusive content to certain people that subscribe to it. And then there's also Twitter shopping, which I'm pretty sure you guys know what Instagram shopping is. It's kind of just the same thing, but on Twitter and safety. It's
All right, good. Questions? Does everybody use Twitter like on a daily basis around here or no? Yeah? Is it still the most popular social media site? You know what's interesting? You don't know? You don't think so? Oh, okay. I wonder if we should check on, if we have time, we'll look it up after, remind me. So Instagram and TikTok, anybody think it's a different order? So Twitter or Instagram, which one's more popular? Remember, you guys are the trendsetters, but Instagram? So what's the difference between it? I'm not asking questions, ask questions. I'm actually trying to learn from you guys. So Instagram versus Twitter, what's the difference?
Twitter is
Oh, Instagram is only pictures.
No, but that's what it's.
Oh, that's what it's known for. So I can, like, I could type a paragraph on Instagram if I wanted to, or you don't do those kind of? That would be Twitter. Oh, I see. Is there a limit to the number of words I could put on a post for either one? No?
for Twitter there is.
Oh, for Twitter there is? What is it? Like approximately. You can't write an essay or anything. Huh? 256? Oh, interesting. Okay. The thing that's interesting about all this stuff is most of your professors, regardless of what school you go to, are probably going to be on Facebook, like I am, and they're going to tell you have to get a Facebook account. So a lot of former students will pop on Facebook, and then it'll say like, somebody you might know or whatever. And then I'll be like, hey, what the heck? Why are you on Facebook? It's like for oldies and stuff. And then they'll be like, oh, my professor said we have to. This is how they communicate and stuff. I'm like, wow, interesting. So if you don't have anybody have a Facebook in here? Oh, not even one. Oh, you do? Cool. Do you check it like regularly?
Yeah, just
Nice.
to see what my grandma's doing.
To spy on grandma. There you
It's
go.
all the way in Sacramento.
Oh, nice. Cool. Who else did they do? Who else has a Facebook? Oh, you do? Okay, you guys check it like regularly?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. And do you prefer Facebook or what? Oh, same thing she just said. Oh, see, there you go. There's got to be a reason. Okay, cool. All right. I was gonna say one other thing. Do you know there's over 200 social media sites? One of our guest speakers who's in charge at Microsoft, she's in charge of social media, and she'll come as a guest speaker whether in person or online. Probably online. She lives in Washington because of working for Microsoft. But how many can you guys list? Like, you can think about this if you want, but social media sites. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Kick, Tinder, WhatsApp. Well, WhatsApp is a site too.
Yeah.
Oh, do you really? What do you use WhatsApp for? Like chatting, right? Yeah, okay. WhatsApp is good because it's not encrypted, right? So no one can ever like trace your conversations and stuff. Any other questions? So if you want to try to list them, I don't know if you can come even close to 200, but apparently there's 200. We can always look it up. But when she said that, everybody's always like 200, and then she shows you the whole list or pictures of the little symbols and stuff. You know who your official CEO is? He's like really famous. He's like Dorsey. Yeah, Dorsey. Okay, good job. You're another round of applause. What are you guys discussing back there? We want to laugh too. Okay, who's up? Let me see. Who's not coming up here? Jocelyn. Oh, Jocelyn's not here today. She's homesick? Oh man, okay. All right, we'll have to squeeze her in on Monday then. Kimberly. Let's go, Kimberly. And then we got Edward right after that. We should be good on time. Ooh, company I never heard of. Skyline Champion. See the laser pointer, it's right here. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, my name is Kimberly, and I am the representative for Skyline Champion Corporation. Our ticker symbol is SKY. We are located in Troy, Michigan. What we do, we operate as a factory-built housing company in the U.S. and Western Canada. We offer manufacturers model homes, park models, RPs, and dwelling units and modular buildings for multifamily and senior and workforce housing sectors. In the pictures above, you can see the interior design, exterior examples of the modular homes that we offer. Some facts about the company is that we make it possible for people to have homes that are built better, built faster, and more attainable to daily need and more affordable. We built homes under the brand of Skyline Homes, Excel Homes, Athena Park Models, and many more. We recently did a partnership with Arbor Day Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that plants trees to help the environment. For our growth progression, we currently have a steady growth. However, during the pandemic, we did struggle, but we learned that we created new opportunities for our customers to provide safety for them during the pandemic. There was a decrease in 1999 and 2002 due to the limited financing liquidity for manufactured homes. You could see in the charts the max on how we rose recently, and then the 1 day, which is currently we are at 63.7%. For our future prospects, we are working to give home buyers the ability to design, configure, price, and order homes online. We are also working to enhance retail experience using online and digital tools for faster responses in the market. We're recently working in investment in production in automation technology to reduce material waste and improve precision in our operation. That's it.
All right, good down. Any questions? I wouldn't be surprised if you guys end up buying houses like this because it is so expensive these days that, and then I'm sure Kimberly, when she did her research, noticed this too. They're now building homes within a week, like from start to finish, with a 3D printer. Have you heard about that? They literally have like a machine that just lays concrete round and round or square and square and square and square. And then, you know, people just like smooth out the concrete. The next thing you got a freaking house. Say it again. I hear you. Yeah. Basically, yeah. So there used to be a thing like trailer parks and stuff that you had negative connotations, but it's like the house, right? Like you have plumbing, you have everything like a normal house would have. There's a lot of little trailer parks in Montebello even. The most popular one, and it's really nice actually, is if you go down Beverly before you enter Pico, heading toward Pico, if you look on the left-hand side, there's like an empty lot on the right-hand side, and there's like and it even has a name. I don't know what the exact name is, but
The one by her.
yeah, right by Grant Ray and stuff. Yeah.
So the typical that is that if you go to the house, on the mat.
Exactly. Yeah. So your house usually costs like $100,000 or $150,000, and then like Jamie said, you have to pay for the land that you're on because you don't own the land, you only own the house. And so you have to pay, you know, whatever the rental fee is, and you have to pay it forever. So in a way, it's bad, but it's still way cheaper than it would be. Yeah, so you pay off the house and you just pay your rental fee for the plot of land. I know several teachers that have done that, and they live right by the beach, because in Huntington Beach, they have a lot of places like that, because to own beachfront property, it's millions of dollars, but they have all these little like mobile home parks, and they're not trailers, right? You don't see wheels on the house and stuff. And he has to pay $1,800 in rent every month, but he said that's way cheaper to live at the beach. Like it should cost him $6,000. And he's like, what the heck? I have a 3-bedroom house and it's across the street from PCH. I can see the ocean from, I can go on my balcony, which is like a flat roof. And he says he can see the water and he loves it. So $1,800 to live in that kind of lifestyle is not bad at all. So this is becoming more and more popular. And so how did you think about this company? Like where did that thought come from?
I just searched up stock.
Oh, and this one came up, huh? Interesting. Good stuff. Good stuff. Any other questions? Go back to your chart real quick. Okay, see this spike? That's because house prices are so dang expensive. And if you can't afford a house, what else am I going to do, right? Everybody needs a place to live. And like Jamie just said, paying for like an apartment rent or paying rent for a plot of land, at least this one you can write off. So we'll talk about that when it comes to taxes. So those of you that have your own house that you're not paying rent on, but you're paying a mortgage, which is different, your parents are getting a major tax break. The government chips in a lot of that. When you pay for living in an apartment or you pay to live in somebody else's house as a renter, those guys get the advantage and you get no advantage at all. So second semester, once you guys are pros with stocks, we're going to talk about the housing stuff and, you know, ways to build your own house at some point in your life. If you do it outside of California, you'll probably be doing this when you're 23 or 24 years old. If you do it in California, hopefully before you're 30 is usually the goal for every California resident to have their own house. Okay, so we'll talk about that more. All right, good job. All right, Edward. Your little fan club, huh, Edward? All right. Oh, Miguel, you got a little competition here. Paying attention? Look, he's doing Ford, you're doing GM, right? Start whenever you want. Here's a laser pointer for you. Okay.
Okay, hey guys, my company is Ford Motor Company. The ticker symbol is just the letter F, and it's located at Dearborn, Michigan.
Hold on, real quick. Look at his address. Look at the address. 1 American Road. For a car company, that's perfect.
So what does Ford do? So Ford Motor Company designs, manufactures, markets, and services a range of Ford trucks, cars, sport utility vehicles, electrified vehicles, and weekend luxury vehicles worldwide. So Ford is also known for producing high horsepower muscle cars. For example, the Shelby GT500, which is like ranges to 760 horsepower. And the company operates in 3 segments, which are the automotive, mobility, and Ford Credit. So Ford growth projection is our highest was on December 1st, 1998 at $32.59 a share. And it dropped this late August to 12% due to the company coming out with a statement that there was a chip shortage, which dropped the sales of the Ford F-150. So that's why everything just went down. And then on September 21st, 2020 of last year, the share was around $6.51, and a year later it doubled and it's now $13.73 a share. And the average volume is 60,305,900. So Ford's future is the automaker announced that it will invest heavily in the future for powertrains and mobility through 2025. And also Ford came out with the Mustang Mach-E and is being followed by the E-Transit later this year, and a Ford F-150 electric is on the way by mid-2022. Which basically the Ford F-150 like this, just a render of how they think it would look like, and that's the Mach-E that just released this year, I think.
That's good. Question. Okay, go back one slide, please. Did you guys catch, oh no, one more, sorry. Oh, wait, no, you're right there. Sorry, right there. You guys, I looked at Priscilla, but yeah, right? Other people I think did the exact same thing. See how this is all related, right? So if you're sitting here as an analyst or possibly as a trader or possibly as an investor, and again, when you look at, I forgot who I was talking to the other day, but we're looking for news on a company, and they said they were going to be presenting. Companies present the way you guys are presenting all the time. Like that's how you get the word out that, hey, look at what we're doing. You should invest in us before the public finds out about our new product, this and that. And so the presentations you guys are doing, absolutely amazing. And people do this in real life as a company all the time. And if you want to find out, you could just look on the news release for the company or any company, and they'll tell you where they're presenting and who they're presenting to sometimes. And so look, if Priscilla went yesterday with STM, and then now he comes on and he's admitting as a CEO of Ford, because we don't have to believe what Priscilla says, because of course she's going to say whatever's good for her company. Can't lie, but there's a way to stretch the truth kind of thing and not get caught lying. He's clearly telling you we have a chip shortage. And if she was presenting the day before at the same conference and she says there's a chip shortage with cars, blah, 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 you know how much credibility that gives her? I don't even have to do any more research. This CEO is already telling me that they have a problem, right? And then maybe they can even talk to each other and say, hey, man, is there any way you can hook me up with chips before you have to give them out to other companies? That kind of stuff those are called behind the scenes deals, happen all the time. They just have to be at the same location, didn't even know they were presenting together, and then turns into a business deal. Pretty sweet, huh? Any other questions about this stuff? Was there anything else I was going to ask? Oh, the other thing I don't know if you guys know this, and I think I may have mentioned in this class. Governor Newsom signed a deal, and I'm sure other states are going to follow, that by what year can we not sell any more gas-powered vehicles? 2030. Every car sold after 2030 in the state of California has to be electric. Has to, no choice. So you don't think that, because people like Mustangs and stuff that, make the sound and all that stuff, you don't think there's going to be a glut, not now, because it's still 10 years away or 8 years away, 9 years away, whatever. But as it gets closer and closer to 2030, people are going to buy gas-powered vehicles because they're going to become a collector's item, just like the 60s Mustang is and stuff like that. You're still going to have gas stations, but eventually it'll be less and less, because imagine if I own a gas station, less and less people are going to come fill up gas. After a while, it's probably not going to make me enough money, right? And you already see how little electrical stations are popping up at malls and stuff in rich areas. So even Montebello is considered fairly wealthy, to be honest with you. So where do we have the stations where you can charge your car? At the mall, right? Where else? Everybody comes to the mall, right? So you don't know if they're from Beverly Hills, or if they have an electric car, they can charge it behind Sure High School, even that little random shopping center, right? Where Office Depot, they have places where you can charge your car. So those are going to be popping up everywhere. And so that's why even if Tesla can only go 200 or 300 miles, it's not that big a deal, because on the way to Vegas, you probably stop to get something to eat anyway. So stop to get something to eat, plug your car in, go get your food, and within half an hour, your charge is ready to get you to Vegas. Pretty interesting stuff. All right, good job. Okay, any questions about anything? Let me stop recording here because we're kind of done. So we're done a little early because Jocelyn's absent, so we'll have to make up her presentation.